What's up, everyone? I'm back with another lesson for everyone and for myself. Sometimes you just have to accept what is, and that can be incredibly difficult at times. But you have two options, the way I see it. You can either accept what is, or you can take action to try to change it. And if you try and you do everything you can taking action, then you also need to accept it. At the time being, you need to, or for the time being, you need to accept it while also taking action. You can take action, but you need to still move forward with your life. And this is what I've been struggling with. As I've talked about in my other videos, I've had some very unfortunate injuries. And I am kind of coming to terms with the fact that this is something that is considered incurable. And while you can get kind of cured in a way, you're not really rid of the thing so much as you can. Some people have found success in finding a workaround, but never really getting rid of the issue. It's not good, and it has very much affected me in my life, and that sucks. But I got two options, and the same two options that you face with anything, much less or much more extreme than this situation. You gotta accept what is, or you gotta take action to change it, or both. Preferably both. If you just can't change it, then accept what is. Marcus Aurelius, or perhaps it was a different Stoic, but it is a famous Stoic quote to say, not to waste any time on things that you cannot change. Don't waste any time thinking about them. It's a complete waste of your energy. It's a complete waste of your mental. So, also, if you wait forever for things to be perfect, then you will end up, I always say that wrong. Every single time I try to say that, I say that wrong. If you wait for things to be perfect, then you will end up waiting forever. It's a good quote, and it's true. Because things will never be perfect, and I keep feeling like these issues need to resolve because it has affected my quality of life so much before I can move on. But truthfully, I need to just move on, and perhaps over a long period of time, this will get better, and everything I'm dealing with will all get better. All my injuries, all my physical issues. But if I just sit around and wait, I could end up sitting around and waiting forever for this. And that just can't happen. I've already wasted plenty enough time. And then I play in my head this should have never happened. But again, you have to accept what is. And I go, God, if only this, if only this had happened, if only I had done this, if only I had not squandered these opportunities that led to this happening, that led to this. And it's easy to do that, especially when you feel like you made so many mistakes. And I know my life isn't all mistakes. I've had success. I've had good moments. I've had shining moments of success, to repeat every word I just said. And it's true, but it has been kind of overshadowed by the failures as of a span of recent time. And that's unfortunate. And I kept thinking, good shit is coming. It has to be. But, you know, if these issues are lifelong, it's going to be rough. But if I can find a way to learn to live perfectly with them, it'll be like, doesn't even exist. It'll not even matter. So I'm going to take action. I'm going to accept the situation and take action and move forward. That's step 3. That's the 3-step plan to fix your damn life. Me with my issue, but also you with whatever the hell you're dealing with. It's rough out there. Sometimes you feel like you just need a hug. You just need to be heard. You just need to be seen. I'm dealing with things I would have never dreamt I'd be dealing with in my 20s, or possibly ever. But life is random and crazy and unfair and oftentimes cruel. And it can be beautiful and wonderful and all these other things, but you have to let yourself enjoy it. And, you know, the good and the bad, I'd love to say they're evenly dispersed. They're not. Some people get the shit stick, man, and some people get the one that's covered in rose petals. Rose petals, roses, whatever. Some people get a rose, some people get a poop stick with a big turd on it. And that's just life. But you make the most of it, of what you have, and I'm going to try to move forward. I've wasted, like 8 months now, and that's painful. And I was so upset about wasting time before this. You know, this injury happened right after I made my first video about moving on from the past on this channel. Oh, the irony that I was then given something that I pretty much can't move on from. Oh, the irony. And it was caused by me being overstressed about finally doing something great. I finally got over my mental affliction. I finally finished a project that I had put off for 2 years or more at that point. And the stress of the final step of it, it breaks my freaking heart. It stressed me out so much that I had a bad accident. And it's rough. But again, life is sometimes cruel and random, but you gotta be strong and pull yourself together and overcome it. It's terrible. I mean, there are terrible, terrible things out there. I hate to be so downbeat. I really thought when I got over my mental ruminating affliction that it would be all uphill. I thought I was gonna hit the high of my life. I really did. I was gonna do all the things I haven't done yet that I wanted to do, get a great job, make great money, make a great friend group and network, and have a great social life. And instead I moved back home. I've not been able to move on because of these issues. I've spent almost the bulk of every day researching medical things, hoping to find some cure, and chasing temporary desires for a bit just to try to get away from it all and make up for my past, I guess. How foolish. It was kind of my only option to try to have some fun. But yeah, I just think, you know, had that never happened, I'd be living a different life. But it did, and I have to accept it and move on with my life. It's just a story now, and no one probably cares too much to hear the story, but you just did a very, very nondescript version. And that's what it is, baby. Guess I should have seen my hair before it was all messed up. I wouldn't need this hood. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this under 10 minutes. So I think I reached the point. Those are your 3 steps. Take them. Change your life. Turn it around. It's up to you. It's in your hands.